What's up, Patriots? Welcome to O'Connor's Quick Strike. I'm John O'Connor, and this is where we cut through the noise and get straight to what matters. No BS, no fluff, just the hard-hitting conservative political stories the establishment media overlooks. Plus, my take on the stories they're spinning. It's Friday, September 26th, and I've got 3 news stories that show you exactly what's really happened in America since Wednesday. And if you missed yesterday's deep dive on O'Connor's Right Stand podcast, make sure to go back and give that a listen. We exposed the coordinated sabotage of Trump's UN speech, from that escalator mysteriously stopping the moment he stepped onto it, to the teleprompter failing right as he started speaking, to the Secret Service's shocking failure to protect him. The dots are all there, and we connected them. So, grab your coffee, settle in for the next 15 minutes, and let's expose what the left doesn't want you to know. This is O'Connor's Quick Strike.
3.
First up, and this is absolutely delicious, CNN's own data guru just delivered the most brutal reality check to Democrats that I've seen in years. And the best part, he did it on their own network. Harry Enten, CNN's polling expert, went on the air this week and basically destroyed every talking point the Democrats have been pushing for the past year. He laid out the polling numbers on the issues that matter most to Americans. And folks, it's not even close. Ready for this? Republicans lead on crime by 22 points. 22! Immigration, Republicans by 13 points. And the economy? Republicans lead by 7 points. But wait, it gets better. Enten was so shocked by his own data that he literally exclaimed on air, "My goodness gracious, what are you doing, Democrats?" Think about that for a second. CNN's own analyst is asking Democrats what the hell they are doing because even he can see they are completely out of touch with reality. And what issues do Democrats lead on? The environment by 14 points, women's rights by 13, and health care by 9. Notice a pattern here? Democrats only lead on boutique issues that college professors and suburban wine moms care about, while Republicans dominate on the issues that matter when you're trying to feed your family and keep your community safe. This isn't some right-wing pollster, folks. This is CNN. The same network that spent 4 years telling us Trump was literally Hitler and that January 6th was worse than 9/11. And even they can't spin these numbers. Kate Bodan, the CNN anchor, looked like she was about to cry when Enten laid out these stats. You could see the panic in her eyes as she realized that their entire narrative is falling apart. And here's why this matters. We're heading into the 2026 midterms, and Democrats have absolutely nothing to run on. Crime is crushing their cities. The border was a disaster under Biden. Foreign conflicts are spinning out of control. And despite all their lies about the economy, Americans know they are better off under Trump. The mainstream media can't hide this anymore. Even their own polling shows that Americans trust Republicans more on literally every issue that matters. And that, my friends, is why they are in full panic mode.
2.
And speaking of why Republicans are winning on the economy, let's talk about the story the media doesn't want you to see. Trump's housing boom is absolutely exploding. I'm not just reading about this in reports, folks. I'm living it. As someone actively shopping for houses right now, I can see the Trump effect with my own eyes. New home sales in August surged 20%. 20%! That's the strongest pace we've seen in more than 3 years, and it's happening across the entire country. The South saw purchases jump 24.7%. The Northeast posted a 72% gain. These aren't just good numbers, folks. These are incredible numbers that show the American dream is coming back under Trump. And here's what's really happening. Builders are finally moving inventory. The supply of unsold homes dropped to 490,000 units, the lowest level all year. We went from 9 months of supply in July down to 7.4 months in August. The market is actually healing. You know what that means. It means families can actually buy homes again. It means young couples starting out have a real shot at home ownership. It means the American dream isn't dead. It was just sleeping under Biden. But it gets better. Mortgage rates just hit a 3-year low. We are talking 6.13%, the lowest we've seen since 2022. Remember when Biden was in office and rates were pushing 8%? Remember when Democrats told us we'd never see affordable housing again? Well, guess what? Seems Trump is delivering again. And it's not just housing. Americans are now spending less than 2% of their disposable income on gasoline, the lowest share since 2005. The stock market is hitting record highs. Retail sales are up over 5% from last year. Real wages have increased nearly every month since Trump took office. This is what winning looks like again, Patriots. This is what happens when you elect someone who actually understands the economy instead of someone who thinks, spending trillions of dollars we don't have will somehow make things better. The Democrats want to talk about vibes and feelings. Fine. Here's a vibe for you. American families can afford to buy homes again. They are spending less on gas and more on the things that matter. Their retirement accounts are growing. Their wages are rising. That's not a vibe. That's results. That's Trump delivering on every single promise he's made. And you know what the best part is? We're just getting started. This housing boom, these economic numbers, this is what happens when you put America first. When you stop shipping jobs overseas and start building things here. When you stop regulating businesses to death and start letting the free market work. The media doesn't want to talk about this because it destroys their narrative that Trump would crash the economy. Well, the only thing crashing is Democrats' chances in 2026. And that brings us to story number 1, which perfectly explains why Democrats are losing on every single issue that matters. They are literally willing to shut down the government to give free health care to illegal immigrants. Here's what's happened. President Trump was supposed to meet with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer yesterday to negotiate a continuing resolution to keep the government funded. But Trump canceled the meeting because Democrats' demands were so completely insane that there was no point of even showing up. What are the Democrats demanding in a simple 7-week funding bill? Are they asking for more border security? More money for law enforcement? Help for hurricane victims? Nope. They want $1.5 trillion in new spending. Let me say that again. $1.5 trillion in a temporary funding bill. And what's that money for? Free health care for illegal immigrants, $500 million to prop up failing liberal news outlets, and a massive wish list of other leftist priorities that have nothing to do with keeping the government running. Senate Majority Leader John Thune called their demands completely unhinged and unreasonable. House Speaker Mike Johnson said Democrats are holding government funding hostage for their radical agenda. Think about the priorities here, folks. Democrats would rather shut down the government, hurting American citizens who depend on government services, than give up their dream of giving free health care to people who broke our laws to get here. This is exactly why Republicans lead on every major issue in that CNN poll I just told you about. Americans see this stuff and they're absolutely disgusted. While families are struggling to pay their own medical bills, Democrats want to give free health care to illegal immigrants. While local news stations are going out of business, Democrats want to funnel $500 million to liberal media outlets that nobody watches. And here's the really sick part. They're doing this right as we're heading into the holiday season. They are willing to shut down the government right before Thanksgiving and Christmas because they care more about illegal immigrants than American citizens. Trump saw right through this nonsense. Why waste time sitting in a room with Chuck Schumer when you know he's just going to demand things that are completely unacceptable to anyone with a functioning brain? You know what Republicans should do? Let them shut it down. Let Americans see exactly who Democrats really represent. And spoiler alert, it's not you. This is the perfect example of why that CNN poll shows what it shows. Americans look at this and they see a party that has completely lost its mind. A party that cares more about illegal immigrants than American families. A party that would rather spend $500 million on liberal media propaganda than help hurricane victims. This is why they are getting crushed in the polls. And this is why 2026 is going to be an absolute bloodbath for the Democrats. They've completely lost touch with reality, and the American people see it. So, there you have it. 3 stories that perfectly capture where we are right now as a country. Even CNN can't hide the fact that Republicans are dominating on every single issue that matters. Trump's economic policies are delivering real results for American families who can actually afford to buy homes again. And Democrats are so extreme they'd rather shut down the government than stop giving handouts to illegal immigrants. This is why I do this show, Patriots. While the mainstream media is lying to you and covering up the truth, I'm here giving you the real story. I'm here cutting through the noise and telling you what's actually happening in your country. The momentum is building. The American people are waking up. And even CNN's own analysts are starting to admit what we've known all along. Conservatives are winning on every issue that actually matters to real Americans. Well, make sure you're subscribed to this podcast so you never miss an episode. Share this with your friends and family who need to hear the truth. Stop in and say hi on X at O'Connor Podcasts. And remember, we're not just winning these battles. We're winning the war for the soul of America. This is O'Connor's Quick Strike, and I'm John O'Connor. Keep fighting the good fight, and I'll see you Monday.